Ever since the fire was invented, man has always felt the need to light up the night. Around the protective flames, our forefathers learned to cook and to protect themselves from the cold and from the dangerous animals that lurked in the dark. This was the start of one of the first technological revolutions in history that helped to make the growth of the first human settlement possible. When in 1879, Thomas Edison's incandescent light bulb first illuminated the world, the modern era of electric lighting began. Since then, the world has become awash in electric light. Powerful lamps light up streets, parking lots, billboards. Sports facilities blaze with light that is visible from miles. Businesses and office building windows glow throughout the night. And the result, everywhere lights and lights. A little more than 50 to 20 years ago, we could walk outside at night even in the city and see the Milky Way galaxy arch across the night sky. Being able to see thousands of stars was part of everyday life. But what happened today? Where are those Milky Ways? Those glittering starry nights? Are they lost or disappeared? But the answer is clear. We have allowed artificial lights to wash out our starry night skies. We are losing touch with our cultural heritage. That is what has made us who we are. We are also losing touch with what could inspire future generations. We have washed out beauty of night. None of this to say that electrical lights are inherently bad. Artificial lights has benefited society by, for instance, extending the length of productive day, offering more time not just for working, but also for recreational activities that require light. But when artificial outdoor lighting becomes inefficient, annoying, and unnecessary, it is known as light pollution. Many environmentalists, neutralists, and medical researchers consider light pollution to be one of the fastest growing and most pervasive forms of environmental pollution. Light pollution is also known as photopollution or illuminous pollution is excessive, misdirected, or obtrusive artificial, usually outdoor lights. Light pollution is largely a matter of waste. Light going where we really don't want or need it to go. It can have lasting adverse effect on both human and wildlife health. Starry skies are vanishing treasure because light pollution is washing away our views of the cosmos. It not only threatens astronomy, it disrupts wildlife and affects human health. The yellow glows over the city and towns, seen so clearly from space, are testament to billions spent in wasted energy from lighting up the sky. It is now assumed that with more than half of the world population now live in the cities, 3 out of every 4 people in the cities have never experienced the wonderment of pristinely dark skies. How do we explain the importance of what they have lost to light pollution? How can you make them aware that light pollution is a concern on many fronts: safety, energy conservation, cost, health, and effects on wildlife, as well as our ability to view the stars? Finally, how do you conceive them that it's worthwhile to take even small steps to help fix the problem? Most people can't imagine living without the modern convenience of electric light. For the natural world, the lights have changed the way that days and night work. And all this resulted into some major consequences like which you might have observed. Some birds sign at unnatural hours in the presence of artificial light. Scientists have determined that long artificial days can affect migration schedules as they allow longer feeding times. Streetlights can confuse newly hatched sea turtles that rely on starlight reflecting off the waves to guide them from the beach to the ocean. They often head in wrong direction. The solution to this problem is very simple. Use good lighting. Good lighting provides adequate light for the intended task, but never overlights. It uses fully shielded lighting fixtures that control the light output in order to keep the lighting in the intended area. Good lighting also means that you should have your outside lights carefully installed so that you do not trespass lighting onto your neighbor's lawn and inside their windows. It also uses high-efficiency lamps while still considering color and quality as an essential design criterion. The components of light pollution are often combined and may overlap. Cause of light pollution. Luminous pollution is caused by using outdoor lights when and where they are not necessary. Poorly designed residential, commercial, and industrial outdoor lights also contribute significantly to light pollution. Unshielded light fixtures emit more than 50% of their light skyward or sideways. In many instances, only 40% of the light emitted actually illuminates the ground. It is estimated that nearly 30% of outdoor lighting is wasted due to this poor design. One source of light can result in multiple forms of light pollution. There are several cases of light pollution, including over-illumination, sky glow, glare, clutter, and light trespass. Over-illumination is the use of artificial light beyond its specified purpose. It is excessive, for example, leaving workplace lights on after hours. Sky glow is the haze that appears above cities at night. Sky glow is the result of artificial light being projected upwards then scattered in the atmosphere, and it prevents stargazing. Sky glow occurs from both natural and human-made sources. In this, light that is either emitted directly upward by luminaires or reflected from the ground is scattered by dust and gas molecules in the atmosphere, producing a luminous background. It has the effect of reducing one's ability to view the stars. Glare is light that impairs vision. It is a visual sensation caused by excessive and uncontrollable brightness. Some forms of glare produce high contrast shadows. For instance, an unshielded filament creates bright and dark spot within a viewer's field of vision. Other forms of glare reduce contrast, as in the case of light scattering in the fog and reflecting back. Clutter applies to group of lights or those into close proximity. Billboards or outboard signs are example of clutter, and they are considered distracting. Light clutter is the excessive grouping of bright lights that cause confusion and distract from oncoming or surrounding objects. Light clutter is visible on roads surrounded by unshielded street lights and brightly lit advertisements or signs. This creates a hazardous environment for drivers and pilots because it competes with traffic and navigation signals. Clutter contributes to other forms of light pollution, including light trespass, glare, and sky glow. Light trespass happens as unwanted light illuminates other dark areas. It occurs when a security light shines in a neighboring home. Light rate pass occurs when spill light is cast where it is not wanted. Light rate pass is somewhat subjective because it is difficult to define when, where, and how much light is unwanted. An example of light rate pass is when spill light from a street light or a food light enters a window and illuminates an indoor area. Through a simple graphic representation, we can see it. How to measure light pollution? The Bottle Dark Sky Scale. Measuring light pollution is an intricate process because the natural atmosphere is not completely dark due to air glow and scattered light. To obtain an accurate measurement, scientists use satellite image of Earth at night to determine the number of the intensity of the light source and calculate the total sky brightness. Amateur and professional astronomers can also use a sky quality meter, a handheld device that measures sky brightness, to document and compare different areas. Another way to gauge light pollution is the Bortle scale, a 9-level rating system that measures sky quality by providing observable standards. John E. Bortle, a retired fire chief and amateur astronomer, devised the rating system in 2001 as a means to help amateur astronomers evaluate the darkness of an observation site and compare sites. The scale ranges from 1, an excellent dark sky site, to 9, the inner city sky, and specify observable criteria for each class. Class 1. Excellent dark sky site. No light pollution is visible. Zodiacal light, zodiacal band, Jejens Chine, Airglow and M33 galaxy are visible. Scorpius and Sagittarius region of the Milky Way cast shadows. Class 2. Typical truly dark side. Zodiacal light, Airglow, M33 and Messier globular cluster and the summer Milky Way are visible. Clouds appear as dark holes in the sky. Surrounding objects are barely visible except when silhouetted against the sky. Class 3. Rural sky. Luminous population evident along the horizon. Clouds appear illuminated near the horizon but the dark overhead. The Milky Way and global cluster like M4, M5, M15 and M22 are visible. Zodiacal light and M33 are weak and difficult to see, and objects 20-30 feet away are vaguely visible. Class 4. Rural suburban transitions. Sky glow is visible in several directions. Clouds are illuminated near light pollution sources but are still dark overhead. Zodiacal light, Milky Way and M33 are still visible but with some limitations. Objects are clearly visible at a distance. Class 5. Suburban sky. Light sources are visible in all directions. Clouds appear brighter than the sky itself. Zodiacal light and Milky Way are barely visible. Class 6. Bright suburban sky. Skies within 35 degrees of the horizon glow. A grayish white and a cloud are fairly bright. Zodiacal light is no longer visible and the Milky Way is only visible near the zenith. M33 is not visible without binoculars and M31 is faintly visible to the naked eye. Class 7. Suburban urban transition. Strong light sources are visible in the directions. Sky background appears grayish-white hue and clouds are brilliantly lit. The Milky Way is nearly or totally invisible, and M44 and M31 are still visible to the naked eye but lack details. Bright Messier objects are faintly visible with moderate telescope. Class 8. City sky. The sky glows whitish grey or orange. M31 and M34 are barely visible on good nights. Only bright Messier objects are visible with a modest telescope. Stars forming familiar constellations are difficult to see or invisible. Class 9. Inner city sky. The entire sky is brightly lit. Many stars making up constellation are visible, and constellations as such Cancer and Pisces are invisible. Pleiades is only Messier objects visible to the naked eye. Moon, planets, and a few bright star clusters are the only observable celestial objects. Light pollution can be minimized by following good lighting practices. Shield lights. A cover can minimize the amount of light that is lost upward or sideways where it is unwanted. This will stop both light trespass and sky glow. If the inside surface of this shield is reflective, this will reflect more of the light downwards, allowing a lower wattage bulb to be used to achieve the same illuminance. Use the minimum amount of lighting needed to illuminate the area. This will contrary to popular belief. This is because your eyes will not be dazzled, so you will not have blind spot in your eyes. The contrast between light and dark will be less, so you will be able to see much more in the shadow. Avoid using uplighting. When you do this, almost all of the light is spilled into the sky. Use downlighting, or if that is impossible, shield the source for the uplighting very tightly to avoid sky glow. When installing street lights, use shields and increase the height at which the light is mounted so only the necessary areas are lit, reducing light trespass by sky glow. The main beam angle of the lights that are directed towards an observer should be below 70 degrees. Solution for the light pollution. There are two basic approaches to solve light pollution: planning and education. Planning means more consideration about how areas are zoned and where lights are placed. It also means changing the types of lights used within a home, signs and street lamps to more efficient bulbs and with a light output that is not disruptive. Education is also key. The more people understand the importance of turning off lights to conserve energy and reduce light pollution, the faster change will be seen. Good lighting practice not only give us better quality nighttime illumination and save energy, but bring back the stars. Light pollution is a very real problem. Just take a look at an aerial photo of the earth at night, and you will see that many of our cities are so light polluted that they glow incredibly brightly in the darkness. Light pollution is disruptive to both human and animal life. However, there are several simple ways that we can stop light pollution. So why not take a few positive steps today to demonize the amount of lighting pollution in your area and encourage other people and businesses to do the same. That way, we will all be able to appreciate the beauty of the starry sky even if we live in one of the big cities. We must remember that the earth is most certainly not a legacy that we have inherited from our fathers. It is a loan from our nature. So no human generation has the right to waste this precious universal heritage that is our planetary home.